Thor Love and Thunder is just over 2 weeks away. This is our next MCU film, and the world premiere red carpet event is later tonight, so I'm definitely super excited for that. I did actually do a video earlier today about a supposed leak of the post-credit scenes. Don't worry, it's not like major spoilers. It doesn't actually say like what's actually in them or like who's gonna show up, but it's kind of like clues and descriptions of like, hey, it's a character. And then I spend some time theorizing about it. So definitely make sure to go check that out as well. But also, Marvel Studios dropped not really a new trailer, but basically a new trailer. It's just marketed as just like another TV spot featurette type thing, but there's quite a bit of new footage in here, so I figured, let's do one last trailer breakdown for this movie because I'm so excited for this film. You can let me know your own thoughts and theories on this movie in the comments below, but without further ado, let's jump into this and break down the final trailer, for Thor Love and Thunder. So we open up with the Marvel Studios logo, of course. We have Sweet Child O' Mine playing throughout the trailer. I love it. It's literally like the theme song of this movie, and just every time I hear that song, it's just so excited. And we have Gorr the God Butcher, our main villain of this film, played by Christian Bale, the A-list actor right there. And he looks great. Now, what's interesting is that he, of course, has his kind of comics accurate hood and outfit going on here, but he is in the same location that we saw Jane Foster Mighty Thor in the last trailer that I did a breakdown on, because you can see in the background, you can see the same statues, like the one for the Watcher, and also a little bit of I don't even remember what the character's name is, because it's just, my mind is just blanking right now, but you go check out my other trailer breakdown, you'll know who I'm talking about. I'll probably remember it some other time throughout this video. But yeah, anyway, great new look at Gorr the God Butcher. So it's interesting that he is in the same location. Most likely she's fighting him there. But I don't know, maybe this is like their first encounter or something like that. Very interesting. And then we have a great shot of Gorr destroying this planet or moon or whatever is going on here. And Thor is like, you know what, we got to assemble this team. It's like the Revengers from Thor Ragnarok, but we're getting some upgrades. So we have, of course, Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Also, Jane Foster as the Mighty Thor. And Valkyrie, who they're kind of having their own little solo adventure team up going on there as well. We got the goat boat, and Valkyrie whips out her sword. And then we have our team going out on the goat boat, of course using Stormbreaker to use the Rainbow Bridge Bifrost. So that's how they're kind of powering the goat boat and the ship. There's another great look at the goat boat, Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder. And probably the most revealing shot of this trailer or featurette is this one right here. So we have them on the goat boat going through a portal, and we have the Celestials. Now, just looking at the background here, this kind of looks like Olympus, where we know Russell Crowe's Zeus and a bunch of other gods are going to be located, but Celestials are right here in this movie. I'm not sure if they're going to be like playing a huge role or if it's just going to be a background cameo thing, like what we saw in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness with that other character that, again, my mind is just blanking on the name of, that we saw earlier with that statue. But the Celestials, of course, played a huge role in the Eternals movie, so it's cool to see that we're getting that kind of connection here, and could possibly even be another threat that Gorr the God Butcher is targeting, because that would be really cool. After Gorr makes his vow of like, oh, all gods will die, one of the first things he targets is a Celestial, just to see like how tiny he is compared to them, but him just absolutely slaughtering them. That would be so cool to really show off the power of All Black, the Necro Sword. But then we have our squad going into Olympus, fighting all of these bad guys, which actually look like skeletons, which is really interesting. Like, you can see their rib cage and like its bones and stuff. So like, are these undead warriors or something like that? I don't know, very interesting. But we have Korg over here on the sidelines just watching. He's got this new outfit, the nice fur and everything. And Korg teaming up with Thor. We also have Jane Foster as the Mighty Thor, again in that same location we saw earlier with Gorr. and Valkyrie as well joining the battle. But what's really interesting is something we also saw in the last trailer. When Valkyrie is fighting Gorr the God Butcher, she is wielding the same lightning bolt that we see Russell Crowe's Zeus use earlier. So since Gorr is, probably going to be butchering some gods and living up to his name, I have a feeling he's probably going to kill Zeus, and this is most likely how and why Valkyrie ends up using his lightning ball, very similar to what we saw in the Suicide Squad, where Harley Quinn went on to use Javelin's javelin to honor him and, use it in battle. So there's some great shots of that there. Really excited to see how this fight goes, especially since our heroes are going to be the only ones in color, and then Gorr is and the background is just all this black and white. Thor is also teaming up with the Guardians. We have, of course, Chris Pratt as Star-Lord right front and center there. Korg and Thor in the background. We have Mantis, Nebula, Drax. Also on the left we have Kraglin and Groot, Teenage Groot. And speaking of Teenage Groot, we have Teenage Groot battling with Rocket right here over some sort of weapon or tool. Nice to see that we also have a new outfit for Rocket as well, more orange suit, kind of harkening back to his outfit in the first Guardians film. And what I believe is kind of where Thor and Korg come upon the goats, because I feel like, originally I thought it was just going to be they're in New Asgard and they just start using them in this movie, but this looks like we have the blue people that are on the planet where the Guardians and Thor are teaming up for this big battle that we've seen in all the other trailers, and we think that they're maybe protecting these blue people. Maybe they're Xandarians, maybe they're connected to Yondu's people. That would be pretty cool. And I have a feeling that maybe at the end of this battle, to thank Thor and Korg, they'll maybe gift them these two goats. I feel like that's what's going to go on here, because that's just kind of what it looks like. So the goats have escaped, again, Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder, because it seems like Thor and Korg are kind of very grateful and oh, goats, that's cool. Oh, they scream a lot, and you get a great example of that, especially since you see that the goats go on the Guardians ship. So it seems like they're coming with the Guardians, and then the Guardians will take them back to New Asgard. That's what's going on there. That's just my theory. Seems pretty concrete right there, not gonna lie. But I love the shot right here where they're just, causing havoc, and you can see all the Guardians are freaking out and seeing this mess that the goats are causing. But then you see Thor in the background. He's just laughing and smiling. There's the Rainbow Bridge again with the goat boat. Thor and Jane having that little bit of tension between each other. The big question is, we're getting some thunder, but also some love in this movie. So are they going to rekindle their romance or not? Also back to that place where Jane was before with the statues in the background. Rocket, again, great look at his orange outfit. And Thor in his Ravager outfit, teaming up with the Guardians, very 80s right there. Also doing a split. I don't know what he's doing, who he's fighting, but he is doing it. After he lost his weight, he got back in shape. He's really putting it to good use. And also Thor seems like on the same planet, but wearing a more chillaxed outfit. He says something about it's going to be like a vacation, like a holiday. And then we end off the trailer with this great shot of Thor in his Ravager outfit, using Stormbreaker, wielding lightning, and then you got the Thor Love and Thunder logo. And of course, ends off with a nice little joke stinger here with Thor and Star-Lord doing this Asgardian handshake, ending off with a 1-5, which might have to try that out myself. Seems pretty fun. But yeah, guys, only in theaters July 8th, Thor Love and Thunder, just a few weeks away. Again, that World Carpet Red premiere is coming tonight. Also check out my video on the post-credit scenes and my theories for that. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep it to date on everything goes on in the Marvel life.